The parable of the talents. Matthew chapter 25 verses 14 to 30. For it will be like a man going on a journey. He called his servants and entrusted to them his property. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to each according to his ability. Then he went away. He who had received the 5 talents went at once and traded with them, and he made 5 talents more. So also he who had the 2 talents made 2 talents more. But he who had received the 1 talent went in and dug in the ground and hid his master's money. Now after a long time, the master of those servants came and settled accounts with them. And he who had received the 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 talents more, saying, Master, you delivered to me 5 talents. Here, I have made 5 talents more. His master said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master. And he who also had the 2 talents came forward, saying, Master, you delivered to me 2 talents. Here I have made 2 talents more. His master said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master. He also who had received the 1 talent came forward, saying, Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, and gathering where you scattered no seed. So I was afraid, and I went and hid your talent in the ground. Here, you have what is yours. But his master answered him, You wicked and slothful servant, you knew that I reap where I have not sown and gather where I scattered no seed? Then you ought to have invested my money with the bankers, and at my coming I should have received what was my own with interest. So take the talent from him and give it to him who has the 10 talents. For to everyone who has will more be given, and he will have an abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And cast the worthless servant into the outer darkness. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. The historical background. In Jesus' time, exploitation of the poor by the rich was rampant in Palestine, where Jesus has told the story. Furthermore, a talent, in Greek talenton, back then was a unit of weight, and 5 talents was massively heavy. Heaviness would have brought to mind the heaviest weight of all, which was the kabod of Yahweh. That term was rendered in Greek as doxa, and in Latin as gloria, both of which carry the connotation of luminosity, but the basic sense of the Hebrew word is heaviness, gravitas. And this kabod Yahweh was to be found in the Jerusalem temple, resting upon the mercy seat within the Holy of Holies. Therefore, what was heaviest, most glorious of all was the mercy of God, which abided in infinite, inexhaustible abundance in the Holy Temple. Other than that, in light of these clarifications, we can read Jesus' parable with fresh eyes. The talents given to the 3 servants are not so much monetary gifts or personal capacities. They are a share in the mercy of God, a participation in the weightiness of the divine love. But since mercy is always directed to the other, these talents are designed to be shared. Theme. The themes in the parable are success. First, success. The parable teaches us that if we work hard, we will be rewarded. Second, God always gives us everything. God has given us a lot of talents. It is up to us to grow and develop them. Third, accountability. The parable teaches us that we are supposed to be responsible with improving what we have. The purpose of Jesus telling this story is to lecture the Palestinians back then about God giving us gifts to use as an instrument to spread His word. Also, the parable of the talents is given by Jesus right after he talks about his second coming and that no one knows the day or the hour. And so a believer must be using their talents to the best of their abilities as if Jesus will be returning today. To make us understand what Jesus is trying to imply, use your God-given gifts to inspire others. Thank you to everyone who listened and understood the topic.
Kudasai.